Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. I've paused the game to start this episode since I know, according to the radar, that there's enemies, like, right there. So, let's go ahead and continue in the Fade. Because, well, who doesn't like being in the Fade? You know? So, I'm just confirming everywhere we've been so far. Great. Oh dear. And I've hit the bug. Classic little bug. You hit. Go disappear. Alright. So some of you may or may not be familiar with this bug, and that is the hit point bug. Where somehow the game doesn't register the correct number of hit points for you. So I am going to quick save and reload. Yep. And hopefully that will fix it. Yes, it does. So thankfully it's a quick fix. But it's an annoying bug to run into. Right, this is the only way I have to go. Okay. Just making sure I'm not missing any items. Because gotta get the loot. The loot is important. You know, all those things. Oh crap, sorry Cassandra.
Hard to trust my footing in this place.
Okay. Note in a bottle. It is unclear whether the water here is a manifestation of the Fade or physical water that is poured in through one of the rifts somehow. Possibly the rift in Crestwood. That is the question. Interesting that it's manifested as a message in a bottle. Okay. That's back the way we came. Alright. That's a lovely sound. That's really cool. I mean, look at this. Anyways, take those. Just checking. And see, these look like dried over red lyrium taps to me. And that looks like red lyrium in the background. So, yeah, this is supposed to be a Nightmare's realm, and I think it does a very good job pulling in these people. Of pulling in these features that are very nightmarish to the various characters. Strength. Not so useful for this character, but still could have its uses. Investigate. The scholar, when the Darkspawn were new, when the Magisters had just brought them to our world with their sin, I was amongst the first to call myself a Grey Warden and swear to end the blight that threatened our world. We had seen the Archdemon die from mortal blows, only to rise again from the body of one of its servants. It could not die. I searched in vain for some way to kill the beast and save my world. I slept in fear, with no solution, knowing only that the blight and the Magisters had brought would destroy everything because I could not save it. And there's some demons that I'm attacking from a distance to try and save myself some grief. Come on. Please? Let me use the spell. I did. Of course, I'm not using exactly the best weapon. Rude. Alright. And this.
Let's look around.
So, this is the graveyard, which lists the greatest fears of your companions. So Varric, to become his parents. The Iron Bull, fearing madness. Vivienne, irrelevance. Blackwell's greatest fear is himself. Forget which of these have manifestations on them. Cole's despair. Solace, dying alone. Dorian, temptation. Cassandra, helplessness. And Sarah, the nothing. That was all three rogues, all three mages, and all three warriors. And I think this is a very interesting conversation piece within the game that I'm not going to delve into here because I'm supposed to be, fighting a demon. But, who knows, maybe that could be a side video at some point. So, for example, and I'm just going to touch on this one because this, I feel, is one of those that's long running, and that's Dorian's being temptation. People often associate that with sexual temptation, given that Interventor Dorian being gay isn't accepted, and such associated things. My little theory on that is actually the fact that he has watched every person he's ever respected turn bad because they were tempted enough by something that they deemed important. And he worries about what he would become in that case. So, for example, his father didn't want him to be gay, turned to blood magic. His mentor wanted to try to save his son, and, nearly tore apart the fabric of time. So, just as some examples. Anyways, that's my thoughts on that. That's very brief interlude of what I think there. Alright, so ease the dreamer's fear and take the point of cunning. Oh, look, gibbering horrors. These little dinosaur-like creatures are not my favorite. Great, I'm gonna have to walk all the way over there for that one. And they have Deep Stalker claws. And hides. Alright. Right, no branching paths as of this point. Yep. Ugh. Alright. Onward. Huh.
Look!
Yep, I'm looking. Oh, great. The Maker. Are there others? Ah, Greater Shade. A Despair Demon. And stairs back up that way, so I'll go check that out here in a moment. Yeah, because the stairs have a Pride Demon. Because of course they do. Oh, I hate you guys so much. I know. Ugh. I hate this portion. Okay, y'all deal with that for a moment. Or, you know, the game could not let me loot. Alright. Okay, where is it? Essentially, demons are gonna spawn pretty much until that barrier fades to 0. But we did really well there.
It's done.
Great. Okay. We'll broach that in a second. Because obviously there's stuff I missed up this way. I did remember there was a branching part of the fade, but I couldn't remember where specifically it was. And ultimately, they all lead to the same place. Ugh. Ironically, spiders. Since they're all named after fears. Oh, joy. Oh, and there's 2 of them. Forgot about that. fine. You know what? Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. This is why I'm doing this fight. Wow, you can panic the Pride Demon. Good to know. Hope you missed whoever that was supposed to hit. That, or I hope it was a non-player character. Okay, Derek, feel free to take one of those when you get a chance. Okay, some lightning essence and... Okay, the child. Haven is burned. Mama cries when I'm not looking. It's cold in the mountains. My feet hurt, but Mama says to hush, that others have it worse. She says a monster named Corypheus came to Haven, and it was only the Maker's blessing that let us escape. I don't feel blessed. The monsters come every night when I sleep, and I don't want to wake Mama crying again. I miss Sarah Snort. Sarah Snort always kept the monsters away in my dreams. Pose. Hello, you. Meet Sarah Snort. I'll present it to the child in a second. As soon as I remember where this branch actually came in. Connect it back. All the way over here. Right, because I went down instead of up. In hindsight, I'm glad I did that. Alright. I still took on 2 Pride Demons at once, but... Examine. The Temple of Dumont. Look upon the Temple of Dumont, god of silence, who speaks to the faithful in dreams. No words of desire may sway his will, no cry of valor may stand against him, for his silence conquers all, and his secrets are shared only with the worthy. Look upon the Temple of Dumont and fear him. Inscription written below the demon statues. Interesting. Inscribed words. I made the expected offerings this morning, but the gods remain silent. The priests are frightened. All of Tevinter is threatened. Our gods have led our people for centuries. Now they have gone still. Are we alone here in this world, no better than the savages to the south who beg for guidance from spirits? And what of the strange creatures who come from underground, like our friends, the dwarves? They spawn of the darkness and the plague they carry. Why do our gods not protect us from this? Come on, get over the pixel. Broken window, light the flames. I have not seen this before. One. No. Nope. Shoot. Alright. Well, that was lucky. Alright. Oh, interesting. I have not seen this puzzle before. That's really interesting. Okay, so what did I just get there? I saw a ring. Superb ring of sundering. So, Cassandra. Yeah, you could use that to replace that one. That one's for Blackwall. Anywho. Almost done. That's cool. I love the fact that you can find new things in this game that you didn't notice the first time. And a point of willpower. Alright. Get to the rift to escape the fade. I'm gonna try. Can't run any faster than this. Alright. Everyone. You've already topped off. You top off. You top off. And we'll top off our supplies.
You must get through the rift, Inquisitor. Get through, and then slam it closed with all your strength. That will banish the army of demons and exile this cursed creature to the farthest reaches of the Fade.
Oops. Ah, yes, because they leave a little cache for you. And there's another supply cache.
The rift! We're almost there.
Great, Hawk. Why not just dare the old gods to try and stop you?
Barrick, be nice. Alright, let us go. Yep, that's creepy, alright.
If you would, please tell Liliana. I am sorry. I failed you too.
Destroy the nightmare preventing the party's escape. Lovely. So. Barrier blocks us in. Alright. Well. Let's not hesitate, folks. And there is flood.
You are nothing!
And apostates. Alright. After you. Yep, immune to fear. There's multiple aspects of the nightmare. That or it's the same one, and... yeah, just loot it. We totally have time for that. Really? You're still alive?
You cannot stand against me.
Watch me. Fire. Drowning. More blood. May as well loot. Apostates, calling. I see, there's multiple apostates. Alright, go after the aspect. Drowning. Interesting. Okay. We can ignore the spiders now. So let's expect you to take care of your health.
I grow fat on your fear.
I've noticed. There's the other one. There you are. Yep, you've grown fat and lazy.
Stay strong!
Corruption.
You will die in agony.
Such lovely things you say. Go away. Alright, where is it? There you are. This is really just a long, drawn-out fight. Cool story-wise, but... Yep. Let's move faster. Great.
We need to clear a path. Go. I'll cover you.
No, you were right. The Grey Wardens caused this. A warden must...
A warden must help them rebuild. That's your job. Corypheus is mine.
And the choice. So, I've already made this decision myself a couple of times. I've done this both ways. And so, my first time playing through this game, the warden that I had with me was Alistair, whom my first warden had romanced. And the reality is that I sacrificed Alistair there because I actually liked my Hawk more than I liked Alistair. I really like this Hawk, and I don't have that much invested in Stroud. And I think there's other people who can help the Wardens rebuild, namely the Wardens outside of Orlais and Ferelden. Because there's like a whole cluster of them. First time I sacrificed Hawk was then in the second time I played this. And yeah, that wasn't fun. So I have decided that Stroud is staying this time.
Stroud.
Inquisitor, it has been an honor. For the Warden!
For plenty of reasons. But, yeah. That is what I've been planning to do for this playthrough, is to sacrifice Stroud. So thankfully not as, like, hard of a decision for me, but I have done it both ways, and I have respect for all sorts of reasoning there. But one of my main things is I feel bad for Varric if Hawk dies. So, there we go. We closed a giant rift that was going to let a nightmare through.
She was right. Without the nightmare to control them, the mages are free. And Corypheus loses his demon army. Though as far as they're all concerned, the Inquisitor broke the spell with the blessing of the Maker.
No, I think they should know the truth.
Once they understand what really happened,
They'll be terrified. I, for one, am tired of giving fear demons anything to feed on. Let them have their story.
Fair.
Inquisitor, the archdemon flew off as soon as you disappeared. The
Good.
Venatori Magister is unconscious but alive. Cullen thought you might wish to deal with him yourself. As for the Wardens, those who weren't corrupted helped us fight the demons. We stand ready to help make up for Clarel's tragic mistake. Where is Stroud?
In death sacrifice.
Warden Stroud died striking a blow against a servant of the Blight. We will honor his sacrifice, and remember how he exemplified the ideals of the Grey Wardens, even as Corypheus and his servants tried to destroy you all from within.
Inquisitor, we have no one left of any significant rank. What do we do now?
So here's a decision that I have not made while having saved Hawk. In my first playthrough, I actually banished the Wardens from Orlais. But I think this time I'm gonna have them help the Inquisition.
You stay and do whatever you can to help. Stroud died for the ideals of the Wardens. In war, victory. And we are still at war. Do you believe the Wardens can still help?
I do, your worship.
You're still vulnerable to Corypheus, and possibly his Venatori. But there are plenty of demons that need killing.
After
Oh,
all
hush.
that, you give them yet another chance?
While
Yes.
they do that, I'll inform the Wardens at Weishaupt what's happened. Best they not get caught off guard.
Thank you.
Thank you, your worship. We will not fail you.
Good luck with your Inquisition. Try not to start an exalted march on anything. And take care of Varric for me.
Of course, Hawk. Well, that's done. And I think that's gonna wrap up this episode. Unless there's a cutscene here. Which I don't think there is. Please? Nope.
Hawk sent me one final report. He's on his way to Weishaupt. As for the Grey Wardens, they are fighting demons and Red Templars while staying clear of Venatori. Hugh dealt Corypheus a significant blow, Inquisitor.
We owe much of that to Stroud, and to the Divine.
Yes. You took an army from Corypheus, but that will matter little if Orlais falls into chaos.
Yes,
All
we'll deal with
arrangements
that.
have been made for the ball in Halam Shiral. Let us know when you are ready to proceed.
Remind me what we know about the plot against Selene.
The Venatori are planning some kind of attack on the Imperial Court. Corypheus may even be fueling the conflict between the Empress and her cousin, Grand Duke Gaspard. If we warn Selene, she may prove a most valuable ally against Corypheus.
Alright, but I want to clear up some things in the Exalted Plains first.
I'll go as soon as I am able.
Good. Cullen, Josephine, and I will discuss the best way to gain an audience with the Empress. Speak with us when you are ready.
Indeed.
What was she like? Divine Justinia, or her soul, or the spirit that took her form. I read your report. I know it isn't clear, but...
She seemed calm, serene even, and she guided us the whole way through.
that does sound like her.
She did ask me to tell you something, though. She said, "I'm sorry, I failed you too."
Oh. I should finish this before it slips my mind. Perhaps later we might discuss the matter further.
Sure.
Thank you.
Alright, well, thank you all so much for tuning in. And in the meantime, in between time, take care, have fun, happy trails.